You know, there. This is just gonna be a ramble at work, but there are some things, sometimes not very often, that I do think of things. It is Christmas Day, 2023. I spent 2 years and a half in the U.S. Navy. And there are times where I do question why the heck I joined. There are times that I don't fully comprehend what the hell I did to make it this far in the Navy with my sanity intact. I'm questioning everything that I now stand for in the Navy because literally the Navy's lowered its standards to the point to where anybody, even the stupidest individual, can join. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying the Navy, when I joined, had free thinkers, freedom fighters, you know, and I've only been in for 2 years. The standard for joining, at a minimum, to pass maps, at a minimum, you had to have a good physical, um, a good PRT score at least. Well, no, sorry, I take that back. At maps, you had to have no visible illnesses to deal with by medical standards at maps. You also had to pass a exam. Passing, when I joined the Navy, was 50. 50. 6 months after I joined, they lowered the standards to 40. Now the standards, 2 years into my naval career, is 10. You need 5 to get in, but a minimum of 10 to get a rate. I had to go into the Navy with a waiver to get an IT billet. And I went to college for IT. That's how high the standards were when I joined. They have since gone down to here. From here to here. We have several individuals on our ship don't want to do jack crap throughout the day. Have to be babysat. They're 18 years old. They are adults. They should not be having to be babysat on what to do for work. They should be able to get the work done that they need to get done without complaint. Literally, that's all the job is. You arrive to work on time in the uniform of the day, and you also arrive on time, uniform of the day, clean shaved. That's the minimum for males. That is the minimum. You spend 60% of your day waiting for instructions, waiting for orders, or waiting for whatever tasking you're going to be done. You spend the other 20% doing that tasking, and the last 10%, the last 20% is split between eat and sleep and rest time. Literally, you get, depending on your rate, you'll get between 8 to 12 hours of rest time a day for work. Literally, there's people that will not do anything in regards to work, even when they are supposed to be working. And it drives me nuts to see the fall. And then when I turn on the TV on the ship, and we're getting praised by all our senators and all our things and being wished a Merry Christmas. I can only say what I think, which is go F yourself. Because literally, they have effed up the best fighting force in the world by doing what they're doing. This fighting force was full of the smartest people I know. Now it's full of the dumbest people I've met. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. And that is the military brass at large. There are some times that I would debate that I think I had the option to leave in boot camp. Why didn't I take that option? And there are other times where I'm like, I know why I took that option. There's still nobody hiring in my hometown. There's still nobody doing anything to change the status quo. Who am I to make such a drastic change? And that is the point of conjecture to where I don't know if I can keep this shit up. I got kicked off the ship for legal hold for 6 months because of something I apparently did that I didn't do. I came back to the ship. They had no place to put me. I lost my clearance as an IT. I can't work as an IT. I can't work on my rate as intended. I got a lot of stuff going on. Like, literally a lot of stuff going on. And what doesn't make it any better is my life is what amounts to currently a train wreck. Because literally, I derailed at the last station I could have had. Literally, I feel like I'm not being used to my fullest potential. Yes, I'm doing an E5 billet as an E3. An E5 billet. 2 pay grades higher than me as an E3. It doesn't make it any easier when you've been supposed to be an E4 rated IT3 for a year and a half. I had frocking letter in hand when I lost my clearance. Frocking letter in hand, meaning I was about to rank up. I was about to have eagles on my pads right here. It doesn't make you feel any better when your whole world comes crashing down around you and you're like, well, that happened. One of my best friends is spending Christmas in the hospital. Another one of my best friends is able to have Christmas with his family because he got leave on a ship. I didn't take leave because I'd spent 6 months away from the ship. Therefore, I've had enough time away from the ship that I didn't need to take leave. Should I have taken leave for my sanity? Possibly. Would it have helped any? Probably not. Is there a way to fix the situation? There always is. Do I know of anything to fix it like right now? No. But lowering the standards set forth by the military just to get people interested in joining is not the way to do business. in the military. If you're not willing to put in the effort or the work, don't bother joining. Literally, it doesn't matter who you are. Because here's the thing, you could do everything to a T. But if you don't know what you want, the military can help you find that. But can help you find a field that you would best fit in. They can help you with that. Do I recommend going to the military as your first option? Not really. Most of my chain of command is at least. So all the chiefs are my age. They all joined at the age of 18. They're all my age. I'm an E3 at 32 years old. I don't see myself moving up in the Navy. And I don't know why. I don't even know if I want to re-enlist. Put my name on down for re-enlistment because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Literally, I've lost brain cells working for the Navy. And that's the issue. I know I don't want to work for the Navy, but I don't know what other field I want to work in. And the Navy's basically given me the middle finger throughout my entire career. And I don't know what I want to do. I'm not going to betray my country or the Navy at large, but at the same time, I don't know what I want to do when I get out. Until I figure that out, I can't leave the Navy. So, literally, I'm stuck in a catch-22 situation where they got my ass, but they also don't got my ass because I don't know what I want to do in the real world. Until I know what I want to do, I can't make a decision. And I think that's the hardest decision we have to make in life is there's always choices we have to make. And the problem is living with yourself after you've made those choices. I could have chosen to not date the woman that robbed me of all my financial assets. I could have chosen to. But I dated her, I learned my lesson, and I'm moving on. Just as I could have not been scammed for the last year and a half. But here I am, still standing strong, doing my best, paying my bills, and doing what I gotta do in order to survive. Do I care for any of this? Not really. Do I want any of this? Not really. Can I help myself from this situation? The situation I've dug myself into is of my own making, and that's the way it's gotta be. I've got to figure out my own solution to that problem. No one can help me. No one can do anything for me. But why should it be any less real? Why is the only reason I'm in the Navy to just work? Like, there has to be a higher purpose in order for me to stay in the Navy. I can find a job anywhere in the world I want. Doesn't mean it's going to be a high paying job, but at least it's a job. But that's the problem. If I don't know what I want to do with my life, how am I supposed to solve the problems that I am faced with right now? That is the struggle. That is real. in the Navy. See, the problem with most Navy sailors is they don't ask the deep questions. They don't ask why something's done. They don't ask why it's done this way versus why it should be done this way. And that's perfectly fine. If you don't go too deep down the rabbit hole, you still have your soul at the end of the day in the military. But, yeah. Stressful environment. I'm the only person on duty today for my entire shop. And I'm not even fully qualified to be in the shop. So, yeah. That's a thing that happens. And it's as unfortunate as it is to say, there's only so much I can control in these aspects. Since it is Christmas, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope that y'all make some resolutions to check yourself before you wreck yourself and fix what needs to be fixed. This is your host, Lagerbot86, signing out.